In today's busy world, have you ever thought about how to make an impression that lasts? Does she value you as much as you value her? Or are you just one of many options? To win a woman's love and make her remember you, you need more than just care and affection. You need patience and a strong philosophy. If you're looking for a unique and effective strategy, ancient Stoicism could be it. Stoicism isn't just an old theory, it's also a powerful compass that can help you find new ways to build and maintain a happy relationship. Let's look into it. 11 interesting ways to impress any woman that are based on Stoicism, make an impression that lasts, and eventually build a stronger bond on your shared path to happiness. Before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you could. Please click the like button on the movie and join the channel. Keep reading until the end, because every point is important and could help you learn something new. Let's start with number 1. Guys often find themselves constantly reaching out to women they're interested in through texting, calling, and other forms of communication. But here's an idea that might change the game for you. Don't contact her. Being less open can make you much more appealing. It's not about playing games or being hard to find just for fun. It's about living by the Stoic concept of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches people to be content with their own lives, instead of constantly seeking approval or attention from others, like a love interest. If you cut down on the number of texts and calls you send and receive, you're not just being hard to get. You're showing that you have a full and interesting life of your own. This change may make her curious and even a little jealous. She may start to wonder what he's up to. Is he busy with something interesting? Is he seeing someone else? These questions can make her think about you more and in more interesting ways. For example, if you used to text her every morning to wish her a good day, but now you share short clips of your engaging activities or accomplishments every once in a while, she'll notice the difference. She'll see you as someone who is busy and happy, and not just sitting around waiting for her texts. Being less available can make you more attractive because it shows that you're a serious person who doesn't need constant reassurance or contact to keep interest. This independence can make you more interesting because it shows that you're someone worth pursuing and not just someone who's always on call. This doesn't mean cutting off all contact, but making sure that when you do reach out, it's meaningful and shows that you have a well-rounded life. This balance is what can make her miss you and appreciate the times you do connect even more. Number 2. Accept her challenge. In the game of attraction, it's normal for a woman to test the waters to see if you're interested. She might pull back a bit or play hard to get. This isn't just a game, it's her way of testing how serious you are about her. Are you really interested, or are you just going through? To get some ideas, let's look at this. Instead of focusing on making her your girlfriend, live a life that is true to your values. The idea may seem strange, but it really does work. Stoics stress the importance of self-control and independence, which can be very attractive. For example, if you always agree with her or try to impress her, you might come off as too eager or desperate, which is not the point. Instead, show that you are your own person and that it's okay to have an opinion or stand firm on your beliefs. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about being sure of yourself and showing that you're not just another person. If you're attracted to someone who stands out on their own, you naturally become more interesting. You're showing her that you're interested in her, but not too much. Stoic philosophy says that we attract what we are, not what we want. This means that if you show independence and confidence, you'll probably meet someone who values those traits as long as you stay strong and calm. For sure, she'll become more interested in you. She'll wonder more about you, wonder what you're doing, and maybe even miss having you around. Remember that the goal is a balanced display of interest, not too close or too far away. It's about finding the right balance between respect and attraction, making you someone she can't help but think about. Number 3. Showcase your life. In the world of attraction, there's a deep truth that's often overlooked. Live a life that other people want to be a part of. Is a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism, which teaches the importance of focusing on your own growth and pursuits by living a rich and engaging life and sharing snippets of it, especially when you're not around the person you're interested in. You naturally create an allure. If she checks your social media and all she finds are echoes of inactivity, it might give the impression that you're not up to much. However, if your posts reflect the vibrancy of your life, be it through photos from a scenic hike, a fun evening with friends, or moments from a hobby you're passionate about, you're not just filling your feed, you're telling a story of a life well lived. Imagine posting a picture of you reaching the summit of a challenging trail or sharing moments from a spontaneous road trip. These snapshots don't need to scream for attention, but should simply reflect your joy and engagement with the world around you. This isn't about bragging or making her feel excluded. Rather, it's about giving her a window into your world where she can see you thriving and enjoying yourself. This approach subtly lets her know that you're someone who embraces life and finds happiness in their own activities and passions. It's like saying, "I'm here living my best life," which naturally makes her feel awe and maybe even FOMO, or fear of missing out. She may start to wonder what's so interesting about his life that I'm not a part of it. By doing this, you tap into a basic Stoic principle. Focus on improving yourself and let everything else follow. The richness of your life makes her wonder what it would be like to share those experiences with you. It's a subtle but effective way to get her attention and make her miss having you in her life, making her feel like she's missing out on something great by not being with you. Don't pay attention to her cues in the dance of modern dating. Social media is often used for subtle attention games. For example, if you've cut down on your messages to her, creating a quiet space, she might start posting interesting photos or dropping hints about you online, waiting for you to respond. This is a classic move meant to get you to engage with her all the time, according to the Stoic philosophy. Allow these tries to go through without responding. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be able to control ourselves and not let outside events affect us. Instead, we should react with good judgment by not clicking on these social media links. You are showing a type of modern stoicism when she posts a beautiful picture from a recent trip or a status update that seems to make a subtle reference to a joke you two share. Even though it might be in your nature to like or comment, by deciding not to, you add a sense of mystery and confidence. She's waiting for your likes or comments, and if you don't give them to her, she might be confused and interested. Your lack of reaction shows her that you are not just another predictable person. Suitor, you have your own life, and aren't just waiting for her to tell you what to do. This move isn't meant to be cold. It's meant to show that direct appeals don't easily catch your attention. It shows that you are grounded and aren't desperately watching what she does on social media. This can make you look more interesting and appealing. By not playing the usual games, you stand out and show that your interest and attention must be won through real connection, not just surface-level interactions. By showing this restraint, you represent the Stoic idea that we shouldn't let things outside our control bother us, and should instead focus on keeping our inner calm and dignity. This can make a big difference in how she sees you, possibly making her more interested in you. 5. Interested and driven to seek a deeper, more genuine connection with you. Share your skills freely. Giving her something new to learn is a great way to leave a lasting impression and make her miss you. This is in line with Stoic ideas, which value wisdom and sharing knowledge highly. By teaching her something new, you're not only showing that you're smart, but also that you care about making her life better, which are all very attractive traits. If she's interested in your hobby or something you're really interested in, use that as a chance to teach her something related to it. For example, if you love gardening, you could show her how to plant her first herb garden. If you love the night sky, you could spend an evening stargazing and telling her about the constellations. It's not just about teaching, it's about the connection and experiences you're building together. This kind of communication shows a number of appealing traits. You're smart, patient, and able to connect with people on a deeper level. This shows that you're not just interested in talking about yourself or boring topics. You want to give her important experiences. You stand out as someone who makes her day better and more interesting. Also, teaching her something new can make the times you spend with her memorable. People often remember and miss the times when they learned something important or had an experience that changed them forever. When she associates you with those times of learning and growth, you become more than just another acquaintance. She looks forward to learning from you and spending time with you. This practice also improves your relationships by focusing on mutual growth and understanding instead of shallow exchanges. These actions not only make the relationship stronger, but they also support the Stoic idea of mutual improvement, which can make bonds stronger and make your absence felt more keenly when you're not around. By piquing her interest and creating an environment where learning is part of your interactions, you cement yourself in her mind as someone intriguing and necessary. This thoughtful approach can deepen her love for you and make your presence something she cherishes and misses. If you've made it this far and are still with us, please leave a comment below to share your thoughts or just type "super" if you're enjoying the content. Your feedback is very helpful and keeps us motivated to make more videos. Keep your cool when talking to her. When she finally contacts you after a while of silence, this is your chance to really live by the Stoic principle of keeping balance. It's tempting to respond with a lot of excitement, which could give the impression that you've been eagerly awaiting her message. Instead, the Stoic way would be to keep your response measured and calm, showing that while you're glad to hear from her, you're not too dependent on her attention. For example, when she texts you after a while, a simple, "Hey, how's it going?" is the best way to respond. It's friendly and open without being pushy. This answer shows that you've been busy with your own life, but are still willing to connect. It's important to show that you value the interaction, but that your daily life and happiness are not dependent on her. Communicating this controlled coolness isn't about having fun. It's about showing that you're sure of yourself and confident. Stoicism teaches that outside events, like someone's message or lack thereof, shouldn't mess with our inner peace and happiness. If you react in a calm and uninterested way, you show that you have these traits, which makes you more attractive and interesting. This way of talking to her subtly lets her know that even though you're interested in her, your life is full and interesting on its own. This can be very attractive because it shows that you have depth, resilience, and the ability to enjoy life on your own. These traits often make someone more desirable because they show a depth of character that promises more than just surface-level engagement. Keeping things simple also shows that you respect and see her as an equal in this conversation, not just someone to be won over. This polite stance, which comes from Stoic philosophy, is often used. Encourages a deeper and longer-lasting interest that keeps her coming back for more of your balanced, thoughtful presence. Number 7. Keep the conversation moderate in the beginning of any relationship or interaction. You might want to tell her everything about your day whenever she shows interest. But if you want to be more stoic, think about the virtue of moderation and restraint. When she asks about your day or life, it's better to hold back just a bit, telling her enough to keep the conversation interesting without giving her too much information. If she asks how your weekend was, you could say something like, "It was great. I got to recharge and catch up on some reading." This way of answering shows that you respect her interest and your own privacy, and that you value the quality of interactions over the quantity of information shared. It's a nod to the Stoic belief that inner tranquility comes from how we handle our responses and interactions, not from external validation or oversharing. Also, by not being an open book, you naturally create an air of mystery and depth. People are drawn to things they don't fully understand or know, as it makes them want to explore. Interested. By sharing only the most important details, you show that you believe in the worth of your own life and don't need constant outside validation to feel good about it. This can make you more interesting and attractive because it shows that you live a thoughtful and independent life. This strategy also shows that you don't see her as someone you have to answer to, but as someone you choose to interact with, respecting both of your time. By keeping this balance, you're more likely to keep her interested in learning more about you, which will lead to a deeper and lasting connection. Eighth, work on adding a bit of surprise. Stoicism may make you think of calm and steady behavior, but it also teaches you how to use your mind to make life better, including your relationships. One good way to get closer to someone is to add thoughtful gifts to your conversations from time to time. This method isn't just meant to get her excited, it's also meant to show that you care about what she wants and interests her. Think about the power of actions you wouldn't expect. If she said she liked art, surprise her with tickets to a new show at a nearby gallery. If she said she liked nature, plan an impromptu day trip to a nearby nature reserve that she hasn't been to yet. These surprises don't have to be big. What matters is that you thought about them and the joy they bring. These moments create a dynamic where she looks forward to your company, wondering what delightful surprise might be just around the corner. This keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. Imagine her reaction when she finds out you've planned a visit to a place she's always talked about exploring. The surprise shows that you listened and cared enough about her happiness to make it happen. Even though we can't control everything in life, we can choose how we make the people we care about happy. By planning these surprises, you're actively creating moments of joy and showing that you're invested in improving the relationship. This makes the time you spend together special, and also makes you someone she misses and thinks about when you're not around. These surprises also reinforce the idea that you are a source of positive unpredictability in her life. This isn't meant to throw her off, but to add a layer of depth to how you show your love. There are 9 surprises that can make her look forward to what the future holds with you. Each one can be a memorable part of your shared story. Add a bit of mystery to your partnerships. As a good story builds up slowly, keeping the audience interested, so can the story of who you are. This fits well with Stoic teachings, which encourage both self-control and a thoughtful revelation of one's character and virtues over time. Instead of laying all your cards on the table right away, let her discover layers of your personality, talents, and passions bit by bit. For example, you could hint at a painting talent or a past adventure, but save the details for later conversations. By slowly giving out bits and pieces of information about yourself, each contact is full of new things that could be learned, which makes you more interesting and makes your time together more anticipated. Revelation plays on people's natural desire to learn and discover new things. When you share just enough to get her interested, but not so much that there's nothing left to discover, you create an ongoing intrigue. It's like leaving breadcrumbs that lead her through a forest. With each step, her excitement and interest in the journey grow. Keeping some things secret can also help create a respectful distance that is often attractive. Stoicism shows us how important it is to be able to take care of ourselves and not bother other people with our presence or personal problems. Telling things by keeping some things close to your chest, you communicate that you are someone with depth, not easily deciphered at a glance. This can make her feel more drawn to learn about you, fostering a sense of engagement that isn't easily replicated. For example, perhaps on one date, you casually mention an interest in astronomy, let that sit until she brings it up again, and then perhaps plan a date where you both can stargaze and you can share more about this passion. This kind of thoughtful, paced sharing shows that you are not only interesting but also considerate in how you share yourself with others. This strategic restraint makes each encounter with you a chance to peel back another layer of the onion, so to speak. Each time she learns something new about you, it enhances her image of you and makes the times you're apart filled with a sweet anticipation for what more there is to learn. This is how you can weave your presence into her thoughts, making her miss you more with each parting and eagerly await what surprises you might reveal. Next, number 10. Encourage humility and participation in conversations. It's easy to fall into the me syndrome, where you talk too much about yourself and your accomplishments. Stoicism teaches the virtue of humility and the importance of listening, which are both very important in building a relationship where both partners feel valued. When you're talking to her, make an effort to balance sharing your own experiences with showing genuine interest in hers. This isn't just to avoid dominating the conversation. It's to create a meaningful exchange where both of you feel heard and appreciated. For example, if you just told her about your recent hiking trip, ask her about her own outdoor adventures or interests. This shows that you value her point of view and are interested in her as a person, not just as an audience for your stories. As a good listener, you show that you are attentive and respect her experiences and thoughts, which is a Stoic ideal. This makes the time she spends with you more memorable and fulfilling, leaving a lasting impression that she'll miss when you're not around. Additionally, by not being too self-centered, you become more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel valued and respected. When she thinks back on her interactions with you, she'll remember how you made her feel, which are qualities that are very attractive. This practice of mutual engagement also leads to a deeper connection. When you show interest in her life, she's more likely to open up and share more personal stories, which builds intimacy and trust. These are the moments she'll remember fondly. Because they show how well you can connect on a level. If you take a more serious approach to talking to her and focus on not only expressing yourself, but also understanding and appreciating her, you become someone she not only likes spending time with, but also looks forward to seeing again. This makes her value and miss your presence, which strengthens your link every time you see number 11. Spark some good jealousy. A little jealousy can serve as a gentle reminder of how valuable you are in the social marketplace, but you need to be careful and precise with it because it's strong. This method is related to Stoic ideas about taking responsibility for our actions and using them to show self-respect and dignity. It's about showing, not telling, her that your life is full and satisfying with or without her presence, which can naturally make her more interested in you. For example, let's say you're out having a great time with your friends and decide to post a picture of yourself laughing. The picture makes the atmosphere look inviting, and there's a woman subtly included in the group. Friend. The key is to be modest. It's not a sexual pose, just a picture of you having fun with your friends. By occasionally tagging your friend, it naturally sparks interest without crossing lines. This method isn't meant to make her think you're interested in her or make her feel bad. Instead, it's meant to show that you're a person that people, including women, like being around. This can make her see you in a new way as someone who is wanted and desired, which can make her more interested in you. It's a gentle way to remind her that you are liked, and if she's really interested, she might be more likely to see what she values in you. However, the Stoic approach would warn her not to use jealousy as her main strategy. Stoicism teaches us to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not manipulation. Because of this strategy should only be used rarely and always with the goal of being real and honest. It's not about playing games. It's about giving people a look into your life that makes them feel like they are respected, which is a natural way to attract people. This way also gives her a more complete picture of how you interact with others. It makes you seem more attractive by gently making other people see you as important. There should be some mystery about who your other friends are and what they like about you. This will keep you interesting in her eyes and may make her more interested in finding out how she fits into your life. This isn't about making her compete. It's about showing her that your world is full and exciting and inviting her to be a part of it. In conclusion, Mastering the art of making her miss you depends not only on what you do, but also on how you do it. This way of thinking stresses how important it is to go into relationships with a calm and collected attitude. Real attraction comes from a place of self-confidence and tranquility, not from a sense of urgency or desperation. It's important to know that desperation can be seen from a distance and often turns people off instead of attracting them. By projecting confidence and maintaining a calm attitude, you boost your allure and raise the chances of making a real connection. As we end, take a moment to think about how these methods fit with the Stoic idea of keeping your emotions in check and your interactions balanced. Leave a comment below with the word "agree" to let us know that these ideas hit home for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Sharing this video helps other people find these techniques useful, and subscribing makes sure you don't miss any new videos. Join the conversation in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Thanks for watching. For more interesting topics, check out the movie that's recommending it on your screen. I'll see you soon.